Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. There's Porter over here on Washington Street in Roxbury. Just documenting some more potholes that haven't been repaired over several months. City of Boston is well aware of them, but they refuse to fix them for some reason. So I'm going to document them again and try to keep them accountable. So we're going to call 311, and we're not even going to say we have a work order in there. We're just going to call in the work order and see how long it takes them to actually fix these potholes here. So yeah, I think there's one down the street too. So I'm gonna document two at the same time, make it a 2-for-1. Just bear with me, guys.
311, City's 24-hour constituent call center. Please hold, and your call will be answered momentarily.
Yes, I want to report some potholes in the street of the city of Boston.
And you said you already made the request, or you're just wanting to make one?
Well, I think there's been several requests, but no one has came out to fix them. So I'm making a new request because the old request has not been fulfilled.
Are you right in front of 2150 Commonwealth, or do you have done any faster?
Okay, so I got a question. You said, wait, say that one more time. You said if I put a separate request in, it won't get done any faster? Okay, so how will we get it done any faster? What's the proper way of getting it done faster?
What is the address of the pothole?
Say it again.
What was that?
So how will we go about getting the potholes quickly repaired? Because
so if you tell me the address of the pothole, I can tell you where we are with this and what.
Okay, in front of 2886 Washington Street. It's been in there for over a month and a half. So I'm trying to figure out how much sooner would it take for them to fix it.
You said 2886 Washington?
Correct.
So I'm not seeing a case number under that. Did they give you a case number when you put in the request?
Allegedly they did, yeah.
Okay, do you have that case number?
I don't have it with me, but it's definitely been put in.
Okay, so here's what you're going to do. What you're going to do is, first of all, today, all is closed. It's Patriots Day, so they won't be open until tomorrow morning at 9. So in the meantime, what you should do is find that case number. You can check on the status of the case. If the case is still open, then that means it's in the queue, and they just haven't gotten to it yet. And I'm sure you've noticed that there are a lot of potholes in the city right now.
It's funny you said that because I was told by someone yesterday they should get to it within 3 to 4 days. Now, if it's been over a month, then I'm fair to say they're not going to get to it. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
So somebody's giving me misinformation? Is that what you're telling me?
The 3 to 4 days is definitely not correct either. I've been there for a little over a year, and we do have some new people that have just started, so they may have.
But you know what? You guys have to get your your things together because I put a work order in yesterday. I asked a gentleman, typically how long should I expect to see a pothole repaired? He said typically between 3 to 4 days. Now you're telling me that's incorrect?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay, so how long should it be then?
So basically what happens is it goes in the queue to Public Works Engineering, and they go through, they have a list of cases that they're going through. So they go in order of how they've been received.
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you can't put the work order in, I'm going to go down to Public Works myself and ask them how long should it take. Now, so you tell me you're not going to put the work order in?
I'm more more than happy to put another one in. I'm just saying that if you already have an existing
Well,
case,
I want to
that's
put one. I
that
want to
you
put
should
one in
work
for the
with.
record, just for the record. So put a separate one in, just for the record that I put it in. Because I'm trying to find the one that's lost is not going to be doing any good.
Actually, it would, but
No, I put a new one in. This would be for documentation purposes that I put a fresh one in today. How long has that pothole been there?
Oh, I don't live up there.
Oh, I'm just checking.
But it's been there a while.
I know it's been there for a while. It's been there for over 3-4 months now. So you're going to hear a lot from me because I'm going to go around the whole city of Boston. I'm going to document every pothole that I see that's been open for more than 2 weeks, and I'll be calling you back, just so you know.
not a problem. We get calls all the time. So it's on the roadway. Can you tell me about the size of the pothole?
Well, it's about 18 inches. It's 3 potholes all in the same area. So one's about 18 by 18. Another one's about 12 by 12. Another one's probably about 8 by 8. But they're all like right next to each other. You fix one, you should be able to fix all 3 of them.
And that they're all directly in the middle of the street, correct?
They're not entirely in the middle of the street. They're off to like the shoulder of the street. But if your car's coming out of a driveway, which is 2875 Washington Street, you actually hit it coming out the driveway. Yeah, just to do a follow-up, I go down to the DPW yard, which is literally like 2 blocks down the street, and I'll ask them how long does it take for them to come out and fix a pothole too. See if they have to say. This guy's about to.
You don't see me? What's wrong with you? Yeah, okay.
Everything okay?
Break too. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I think you need to put your visors down. I don't think you saw me, yo.
Just be careful.
Nobody. That's all I'm saying.
Just be careful. Take care. Have a good one.
Everything all right?
No, I'm documenting what's going on, but another lady, well, it's not involving me, but she almost hit a pedestrian on the sidewalk. She almost hit a pedestrian on the sidewalk coming out the driveway.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
It wasn't me, but it was somebody that's crossing the walkway.
Yeah, it sounded like you were watching the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm actually watching everything.
So, again, I put the case number in. What I tell people all the time is, a lot of time when I give people case numbers, they misplace them or whatever, and you can give the address, but sometimes that doesn't pull it up. If there's something slightly different, if it was given at an intersection. So what I normally do for people to just keep an eye on things.
Well, this case number I won't forget. Trust me, this one will be documented, so I won't forget this one.
I want to tell you because I know how things get done. So for me, what I have noticed in my experience is that when I put in a case for people, I usually take their email so that they can see what the response is, and if the case is closed, if it's still open. That way you have it in your email, you don't have to worry about losing the case number, and you can always follow up with it. Right. And you have everything documented, you have the date, you have the time that you put in the case, and then when you call back, and this is also what I say to people, is you can call back and you can speak to whoever the department is, in your case, Public Works, and I think it's engineering for potholes.
Okay.
And you can say, hi, I'm calling to follow up on a case. I just wanted to find out what was going on with this, and then that's the way to follow up.
Okay.
And again, I apologize that you got improper information. I am going to go back to my supervisor and let him know, because 3 to 4 days is not even remotely realistic. Like,
Okay.
you know, and it's probably someone new that just didn't
Well, I'll
know.
tell you why he probably said that. Because when Mayor Menina was the mayor, 3 to 4 days was a reasonable time to fix the potholes. And Mayor Menino had a pothole committee that went out just fixing potholes. So he probably is assuming that that same thing was kept in order, which it should have been. I don't know why they took it out of order. If another mayor put something in order, why did they take it out of place in the first place?
Well, I mean,
That's not your. That's not. I know that's
definitely
not for you to answer. That's a tough.
good to propose.
I'm gonna bring that to the mayor's attention myself. That's not something for you to deal with. I know.
The situation is really bad right now.
I know it is.
You know, and I tell people all the time, you know, because I live in the city, so I know what it looks like. I've lived everywhere from Mattapan to Hyde Park to Back Bay. So, and I go often to visit my parents in Hyde Park. So, with the change of the temperature, I've lived in the city all my life. So with the change of the temperature, this is the worst it's ever been.
Right.
And I know some of it has also been like a lot of departments, Foster Water and Sewer, National Grid, they'll do these little projects and they'll put patches on the road. And then when the weather changes and it shrinks and expands and all that stuff, that's when we end up with these massive potholes. Yeah, and our weather has been up and down for the last couple months, so it has just gotten worse and worse and worse.
Right. Yeah, you're right. 100%.
I know that it's... Go ahead.
Let's see, you're 100% correct. Yeah. I'm gonna keep an eye on things. But basically, these potholes that we're talking about is right around water and sewer gate valves anyway. It's really an issue right now, and I know that it's only with the weather going up and down the way it's been, like every pothole is become surface. Right. Like, I know it's not your fault. You're just giving out the message, so it's nothing you really can do but pass the message along. Yeah, but I also encourage people all the time. Like, it's great when I see people that are actually caring about their neighborhood and you know, following up on things, because you know, COVID didn't help it at all. So now people don't talk, they don't know their neighbors, they don't, you know, and back in the day, as you said, when Menino was there, because I used to go to the block parties, he lived right around the corner. Right. So, you know, things were definitely different, but people also talk to one another. And now it's like people don't want to talk to each other. But that's how we're going to get things fixed. That's how we're going to get things done. If there's also any issues that you see that you want to bring to the attention, get your neighbors involved, have them do the 311 app, but also use, I tell people this all the time, utilize your city officials, your neighborhood liaison, and your city councilor. Right. You got to reach out to them as well. Okay. I will do my best to get them involved. I don't know how involved they are, but I will inquire. Okay. Well, if you when you're ready, all of that information is on boston.gov. You can literally put in who is my city councilor, who is my neighborhood liaison, and it'll tell you. Okay? I think I know who they are. Email and phone number. And they're both fairly new, so wow. Well, we'll address the issue to them. See what they have to say. Well, I know, so Roxbury, I know the city councilor is Tania Anderson, and I have recently met her. I have to say, I love that she's out there, she's involved, she's like, you know, she really seems to be hustling, and she really does genuinely seem to care. Right. So, she is new, but yes, I will say on a personal note that I like her. Yeah, I met her a few times. I think she knows exactly who I am. I'm pretty sure she knows. If not, she will. Yeah. If you get that, there's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, you know, it is. We are in definitely, like, this city is in not just the potholes, is in dire need of repair. Right. You know, the eviction moratorium was just lifted the end of I think last month.
there's just so much going on in the city. And to be frank with you, I think that, considering the short amount of time that the mayor has been in office, I think that she's done a lot. But it's still a lot more to go, a lot more to do.
Right.
So it's going to take time, and it's going to take all of us working together as neighbors.
That is true.
But that's just my spiel. That's how I feel about it.
Well, at least you care about the city, though. It sounds like you have a lot of deep concern about the city. You should be mayor yourself.
I would not want that mantle, honey. They would be trying to take me out. I'm a black woman.
I think you do better than what we have in here already.
I would be nervous. They're already, picketing outside of the mayor's house, and no, not me.
Well, if you do the right thing, you won't have that problem.
What was that?
If you do the right thing, you won't have that problem.
That's what you think, but I'm telling you, she's a Chinese woman. I'm a black woman. I've seen a lot of racism rear its ugly head.
Yeah, well, it goes both ways. You're right. It definitely does.
Yeah, it has not been pretty. But listen, you keep caring and you keep getting involved. And anytime you need anything with 311, like I said, know that on the website, on boston.gov,
Right.
it is a lot of information there. So as far as following up on cases going forward, if you really want to make sure that things are stayed on top of, make sure you leave your email in your name, that it has something to attach to. That way you can, it's always documented and you can always go back. And then at that point, that's when you can say, okay, you know what? It's been a month.
Oh, okay.
The case is still open. I need you to connect me with Public Works so I can speak to someone about this.
Got it.
All
Sounds good.
Alan. Listen, do me a favor and go out and enjoy some of this beautiful day.
I definitely will be doing that.
All right, you take care. Have a great day,
You
okay?
too. Be safe.
Thanks.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.